Hello, hello, hello. Kevin Epps here, Digital Brilliance Hour with another Code Breaker. All right. So the code that we'll be breaking this time is Art of Fighting Trouble in Southtown. Again, retrieved from the speedgamesonline.com site. Good place to go. ChronoCrash, all those good sites. I believe this version is 2.4. Again, man, I really like doing this. I'm going to learn a lot. But first off, I'm going to go ahead and play through it. This time around, I'm probably going to break this into episodes. Looking at that last video that was done, man, that was about 2 hours long. I mean, I don't want every one of these episodes to be, or one of these videos to be 2 hours long, although people did watch them. I'm going to try it out, try to break them up, see if people like the broken up version or just keep them all in one. So we'll see. Perhaps I'll break them up and then upload the full length one down the line or whatever. So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and start playing this game and see where we go. Yeah, let me see. We got this box here. That's something I'm definitely going to look at when the character select. You can see that little box that shows up around each portrait. And I'm going to choose Fast Rio. That's what I'm actually going to choose. So let's go ahead and start there. Great. Awesome. We already went through this already. First screen, and then here is what I can tell is a cutscene file. So basically using a video or GIF. All right, so now I'm in the training or tutorial area. So I'm just gonna test this stuff around here. Get my buttons right, get my bearings. You guys should have remembered this screen because we actually did this in the reading comprehension video. So yeah, so just gonna go through this and figure things out. Okay, we are back. You got a chance to look at the game, and now we're going to look at the code. So, as always, I have the trusty apps open. I have OpenBORStats, and I also have Sublime Text. You could also use Visual Studio as well, Visual Studio Code. Any of those should work. All you need is an IDE. But we'll go ahead and get started. So, first off, first place we should always go, let me go into the data folder here. First place we should always go is the levels.txt file. Because reverse engineering, we got to see what's being called initially to then go back from there. So we have some of this miscellaneous stuff. The no slow effects is actually set to 1. Not going to go through all of these. You can find out what these mean again in the manual, but just kind of scrolling down so you can see. But at the beginning of the game, there's a story mode, and then there's a mode that's unlocked, right? So if we look at story mode, we go down to line 68. We see that story mode is set. You got 10 lives. You should have noticed when I died so many times that each time I continued, I started out with 10 lives. You get 3 credits. You have a fade of 90 milliseconds. No same is set to 1. Can save is set to 2. Max players 3. Yeah, and this is all we saw. We definitely saw all of that. Okay. So this is commented out. So this is a test, so we don't have to worry about that. There's a skip select that actually goes to the select1.txt, and there's a Z. The Z position is the boundaries of the actual level that you're about to load after. So you got the 0 begin. That was that. And actually, I might skip past this because I actually went over this in my reading comprehension video. So we have a cutscene here. That is the tutorial. We have a file of the tutorial. This cutscene here. No, this begin was the cutscene that started where you can skip out of it or not. Skip the scene. It was actually a level file. That's what this is. Then you had a cutscene, which is them, I think, climbing something. And then you have the actual tutorial stage, which is where you're running across the screen and branching off to wherever you want to go. So we actually went over this as well. So we have the branch towards the tutorial, which tutorial, which lets you select a new character, then go to the tutorial level again. The ST start, which is the cutscene before you actually start the level. So this is level 15, then 16, then level 2 end. Then the freeway road. Yeah, because that freeway, that was a long stage. So we had the freeway, we had the road in front, road 2, then we had the bridge, then the Mr. Big fight. And then I don't even think I got this far. Oh no, this is commented out. Okay. Yeah, I got this far and I had to turn it off here because actually something kind of got in the way, so I didn't get to actually finish. But there's a cutscene of a crash that happens. Then there's a next. Next mean that in stage 2. Then there's a branch. Then you get to go to a map this time. So you have maps where you can either go home, to king, to the club, bonus, rush. So we have all of these branches that you can go to from that map. You have the different starts that you can do. You got this bonus, then going into this level. Then you got this pit, and inside the pit. So the first part of the stage, second part of the stage, you got pit 2, then the stadium, then next. So that's part of, well, they're calling this part 1, but this is really stage 3. So stage 3 is done. Now we're talking about stage 4, and you got the map again. And again, we have all these branches here, so you can branch however you want to go. So this is definitely a lot longer than I got. I think I only got to Mr. Big. It's definitely you put some time and effort in this. So I'm probably gonna go all the way up to just after Mr. Big, maybe before map 2, maybe. We'll see. This is definitely pretty long. I mean, as you keep going, we haven't even gotten to the unlock set yet. So so you still have maps. So it's gonna keep scrolling down. So yeah, so this is a pretty long game, actually. Okay, so this is the unlocked map. Unlocked game mode after you complete the story mode, because that's what if complete means. And so you have, okay, so this allows you to play all the different stages that you had to break through. This is kind of like a rush type match. So you have access to all of these stages from the jump here, instead of having to go through the actual story. So yeah, this is looking good. All right, so again, this is the level.txt. Now let's go to the actual levels.txt. The levels area in Ogre's OpenBORStats. I don't know why I won't say my game. All right, so story mode. Let's open up story mode. It's probably gonna take a while because there was a lot. All right, so here we have the select one. Remember, am I able? Okay, so this is the select screen, and I believe in the select screen there were icons that showed around these boxes here. So this is the actual screen. There were boxes around that show when you were choosing a certain character. So yeah, let me go through how that was done. So we got Rio. So only thing that's being loaded here is the select screen. So you're just loading the actual players here. So that means then that the players themselves have this extra information, where you saw the player down here, and then you see these boxes where you go from one to the other, and then you see the name. So let's look at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Let's look at one of the players. Let's look at Rio. There's a lot here, so it might take a little bit to open and all that. We'll just do fast Rio, since I don't feel like scrolling. All right, here we go. So have the health here, we got charge rate, we got all these settings on the character details area, or the header, if you will. It shows who you can damage, shows what projectiles can, what model types of your projectiles can hit, the different transformations that are shown here. You have your your chain, your combo for your attack combo or attack chain. So when you keep pressing A, this is what it's actually going to go through, and these numbers represent the attack number, which is here. This is why you have 8, and this goes through that 8 for you. You got the combo style, the icon. You got the P arrow. That's the arrow that shows when you start or when you spawn back on the screen after you die. That's the arrow that shows right above you when you flash. When you're invincible, then you got your animation script, your on draw script, you got a regular script, you got some loads and alternative palettes. All right. So that is your header area for your player model. But in regards to select, first thing I'm going to do is find select animation, a weighting animation. So I'm going to click on weighting here. And then as you can see, let me make this larger and go to the frames. So as you can see, so you actually have, you started, you redid, if you go to idle, let's look at idle really quick. Idle, you've basically copied the animation for your idle. If we look at idle here, it's the same animation, right? Same animation. So if we go back to weighting, if we just click animate, right? So it has the same animation, but there is some extra things showing up here. So we have this offset, the offset. I believe everything stays the same. It's at the center of the screen. Yeah, should be at the center of the screen. Right here to the left is your where your this is where your model shows up. This is your selector. So this is that box that goes around each of them, and we're going to actually move this in a certain way. We'll see in a second. This won't let me see if I can make this smaller. Okay, so as you can see, we have three different options here. So we have the left side. This is the first player. This is the second player. This is the third player. And then they're gonna have him turning around. Actually, no, this is the third player. So this is actually a 3. Is it gonna let it yet now? So this is a 3. So this is third player. This is the second. I'm sorry, this is the first and this is the second. So second's gonna appear here. Third one's gonna appear in the middle. And so you can see that this the length or width of this particular sprite is probably the same width of the actual state or actual select screen itself. I believe this screen is set to 480 by 272. So let me actually see. So let's go to the editor. We're looking at data chars, El Rio, Fast Rio, and we're just gonna look at all these. F weight 1. So all of these are weights. And we have these delays here. There's a loop, delay of 6. So all that's going on, right? So let's go, that's not what I'm looking for. So we got chars. I'm at 1 Rio, not El Rio. 1 Rio. Fast Rio. And let's look for F weight. Yep. Really? It's gonna jump down. F weight 1. All right. So what is 480? So it has the same width as the actual game itself. So the game mode or video is set to probably 1. So we'll actually look at video.txt, but I already know I'm right, but video.txt, video set to 1, color depth 12. So as you can see, 1 is 480 by 272. So this is going to be based off of the width of the game itself. So that's why these are being set to where they are. So you're using the game width as a way to determine the position. All right, so that's what's happening here. Now, do we have, let's see what the select does. So the select keeps this same keeps the same pattern, and then just uses the animation for the choice made. So as you can see. All right. So how are you able to use these inside of the select screen? So that's something we're going to look at now. So we're going to go to backgrounds instead, and then select from here, select one TXT. Well, it's the same thing. All right. And so we're at the data backgrounds. Then select .gif. That one. Then we got this one. Again, 480 by 272. Ah, I understand now. Okay, alrighty. All right. So that is Fast Rio. So Fast Rio is going to show. Okay, all right. So let's go back to Fast Rio really quick. So if we go to waiting, go back to frames. Yep, Fast Rio is going to show right here. Both of these start here for some reason. So when you enter in, that's weird that it starts here though, because if you go back, so if you go back here, this is supposed to be Fast Rio. This is supposed to be regular Rio. While players 1 and 2 do this, I don't know. But if I'm going to go to Rio instead, and I'll see what happens there. So let's go to Rio. All this stuff. Let's go to waiting. All right, so now everybody's here now. Okay, so that might be a mistake. All right, so everyone is here now when they've chosen, or when they are waiting for this character, their cursor is going to be here. Okay, got it. Now I'm gonna do one more search. Let me look at select one. So you got Rio, Robert, Yuri, Fast Rio, KGN Rob. So I'm gonna look up KGN Rob. I'm gonna see how that looks. It might just be a bug that I saw. All right, waiting frames. Yeah, there we go. Now that makes sense. So okay, so the box is gonna basically show where it shows. If you update, it doesn't flash or anything, so it's just doing what it do. All right, got that understanding now. Hopefully that made sense to everybody else. One more note before I'm moving on. I feel like I'm missing something with this select screen thing, because I also looked at the Super Final Fight Gold. Kind of has the same premise. So I feel like there is an offset somewhere. I just have not found it, or unless the engine is set to do that. I haven't looked at the engine code to see if there's already code in the engine itself that looks for this kind of thing. So that's the only thing I'm kind of concerned about. But the overall premise is that they've shown 3 different versions of that particular character and that border and all that. So I'm gonna keep it moving. I don't want to spend 250 years just on this. I don't know why this isn't easily found as I think it should be.
Well, it looks like Kevin is having quite a time with this code. Will he ever figure out the mystery behind the character select screen? Tune into the next episode as we see as Kevin attempts to try to reverse engineer this code on our next episode of Code Breakers, Art of Fighting Trouble in Southtown.
So then we have the talking in the beginning. So that is I'm assuming that both of these will be text models. Oh, so Jack 2 isn't one. I just knew that would be a text. But state set 1 has to be. Oh no, maybe not. Was I able to move around? This is what shows up at the end of the stage.
Remember, Code Breakers releases every other Monday. Stay blessed and stay brilliant. Peace.